We are live. So, previously on this campaign, we had our players just mowing down goblins. They wound up having a young dragonling, or wormling, help them out. And basically, anytime they entered a room, they just unloaded the dragon to spray death upon them and just completely wiped out every goblin on the first floor, really helping out their kobold friends. Then they made their way through the second floor of this temple. This is a temple of power, and there's something mysterious inside of it. They managed to get all the way to the boss and realized this boss is probably pretty powerful. They need to rest up ahead of time. So they wound up heading back to the first floor, reconvened with the rest of the party, and tried to recover. The rest of the party decided to come on through and take on this boss on their end. So they're going to be hopping on down, and they wind up going through this large, massive temple on the first floor, filled with lots and lots of different types of foliage and different types of plants. And they come across a large tree sprouting through the base of this temple. And there are 3 humanoid folks, as well as a giant frog and a whole bunch of twig blights that are surrounding this tree. And it seems like the humanoids are kind of sucking the power out of it, and something weird is going on. Also, brief note on the previous session, I was doing surprise rounds completely wrong, because in 2024 they clarify that if you surprise a creature, it just means that they have disadvantage on their initiative checks. Whereas before I did like an entire round of surprise. That's something I'm not supposed to do, apparently. So we won't be doing that going forward. But if you all bring your characters onto the map, you'll look at the very bottom of the current map. In the bottom right, there's a large tree. And you'll see there's some sort of little man that looks like he's stuck behind bars near a wall. You can put yourself near him, because he was somebody that the rest of the party saved. And his name is... I got all my little character sheets on my other screen.
Thank you.
His name is Erky Timbers. He's a halfling. Or he's a gnome, sorry. Oh, and you still need me to move around yours? So that's fine. Bring your guy around. Okay. So you're all hiding behind this 20-foot tall wall, and you see what appear to be some sort of evil druids just sucking power out of this mystical tree that is sprouting through the temple's bottom. You walked your way over here, and all of the twig blights seem to be just kind of minding their own business and doing what they do. No idea what's going to happen if you start the battle, but you do see that there are these fairly evil druids sucking power out of this mystical tree. What would you like to do?
Okay. What would we know about what we're seeing is the first thing I wanna
So
know. Is
from what you know, all the little icons moving around, or all the little icons near you, are twig blights, but the 3 folks in this area are
Yeah.
the druids that were also influencing the goblins. It seems like the goblins were sort of taking their orders from it.
Okay, so those druids are our enemies right now.
As far
We
as you know,
understand them.
yeah.
Okay.
What is this guy?
That is a giant frog.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
And is the giant frog also sucking power from the tree?
It seems like it was. It was actually attached to the tree's side, and it seems to be like glowing and swelling, and it's like breathing with the tree, and you can see this energy like filling it through each breath.
Okay.
pretty much long range. All I can do is there him with some frosty magic, or smack him with some force bolts. But
And
that's just gonna piss them
and,
off.
and the small gnome with you, he is very obviously a cleric, and he's just like, my divine help will do what I can to help back all of you up and provide some healing if possible.
Awesome. Glad we have a cleric with us.
Or I can
Okay.
need to find a way to get close, and I can set 40-foot, 15-foot cube around me.
Oh,
Yes.
and just for point of reference, since I almost forgot to introduce everybody, we have Sarkeesian, who is a very old human scribes wizard. I'll zoom in here. That's this guy. And then we have Maxie, our human bard, who is a valor bard, who is over here. And we have Lucian, our human eldritch knight fighter, who is right here. Then this little guy is Erky Timbers.
Um, do we try to have a conversation with them, fellas, or do we try to assault them head on? Get the initiative off on them. Your thoughts?
Uh,
My thought is to hit them hard and fast.
Hey, I have something I can do that would probably be very effective.
Yeah.
Um,
my thought is if they turn the goblins to their forces and they're here sucking the life force out of the maybe they're beyond reasoning.
that's a good point. Well, the same. It doesn't mean we can't try to control them, but
Yeah,
or try to stop them in other ways. In other ways, um, I could probably tell them not to tell one of them to stop. They may be able to resist that though. Uh, but what I think I can really do is if I can just invade their brain, invade their mind for a second, cause them to hear some very dissonant whispers, if you get what I'm saying, and uh have them drop their concentration on the spell
Yeah.
or
My thought is,
whatever the magic they're
yeah,
doing.
yeah. My thought is to hit them all at once with a rhymes binding eyes,
Oh, there we go.
and
That's
then
a lovely idea.
and
All
then you
right,
guys do
then
whatever you got
let's
to
go
do.
ahead and roll initiative just so we get everybody on the chart, and we'll go from there.
Initiative's not been treating me well as of late.
Click that, and then initiative, and then
And I
I
will
can.
assume that you get surprise as, and I will be
Oh, that's
following
fine. Yeah.
the new surprise rules where it's just that you have disadvantage.
And then if anybody wants to go before me, we can switch.
Okay, I have my initiative. All right, so
How do I add myself to the stack? Says Sarkeesian.
You got to click your icon first, and then you roll initiative.
Oh,
It is a very annoying feature.
hopefully I can edit it later, I guess.
Oh, that's a token blight. Okay.
And it's
Okay.
also going to be a disadvantage.
who
Did that work? Oh, there we go. Oh, interesting.
And
pretty cool.
let me go ahead and make sure Maxie's on there.
Yep.
Okay, and where Maxie rolled a 16. Okay.
Oh no, I rolled an 18 initially.
Oh, 18?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that means you've discussed some possible plans of attack. There are some twig blights roaming around near you, but Maxie, it is your turn.
Okay, if I try to hit all of them at once with something, it would possibly expose me to some significant danger.
Possibly.
So, yeah, no, not possible. It's very much. I don't mean it. I don't mean it slightly. I mean probably. So I'm probably gonna cast. What's it's on the furthest? Let me double check the distance real quick. I'm pretty sure I have it though. On all of them. Okay. Hold on. Not that much of a detail thing here. Got this. One. Oops. Yep. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay, okay. Whoops. Accidentally caused a fire breathing thing there. I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on the person directly the person closest to us. The one of them that's closest to us.
Okay.
So it'll be the guy on the right here.
All right. So you target this dude.
It's ooh,
Yeah, it's
Ooh,
kind of a
DC
low roll,
13.
but
Is it?
what's-
at DC
Okay.
13.
All right. Wisdom save.
Shame these guys got wisdom save efficiency.
It's weird because they don't let me actually like click. Just.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, I am just gonna roll those manually just because it doesn't actually add it. But he did crit on that one, so he manages to fully resist and realize that there's somebody trying to mess with his mind, looking back towards you.
Okay.
Anything else you'd like to do with your
So
turn?
all right. I'm going to move my character a little bit so that they're behind cover
Okay.
and make sure that they are or that they maintain cover at least.
Yeah, you peeked your head out and then you popped back behind the wall. It is a 20-foot high wall, so you have complete cover at the moment. Oh, and I
Cool.
forgot to
Okay.
add Ergy Timbers to the initiative.
I will also try to do oh yeah, because I'm gonna give the Eldritch Knights a bardic inspiration. It's gonna be a combat inspiration too. So with a combat inspiration, you can I'm just double checking it. Combat inspiration means you can either add it to a defensive roll so that it increases your AC,
Hmm.
or you can add it to when they attack you, that is. And you can add it to an offensive roll so that you can increase damage. That's it.
All
It's
right.
my turn.
And speaking of the Eldritch Knight, Lucian, you are up.
Trying to think. See, I got 30 feet of movement. Go
Yeah, and you
here. Nope.
currently have
That
a
just
20-foot high wall in front of you.
yeah. So I can get to there. I can't get close enough, so we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna do some peek around. So Lucian is gonna move past everyone, kind of pop right next to Maxie, and he's gonna fire off a magic missile.
All right. That's a guaranteed hit.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
and no, left click. Don't know why I did that. Anyways, so how many missiles does that do? 3 glowing missiles. Okay.
Yeah. So the first one only does 2 damage. Are you firing all of them at the one closest to you, or are you targeting anybody else?
I'm gonna target 1 to all 3.
1 to each of them? All right. Roll
1 to each of them.
2 more d4s. And it's 1d4 plus 1 for each of them. So, ooh, that one's a good one. All right. And then we get one more. All right. And then I'm just going to go right to left. So the first one only takes 2 damage. The second one takes 5 damage. And the third one takes 4 damage.
And after that, Lucian's going to be like, Hey, look over here! And as he fires off the magic missile and just keeps moving forward behind this wall. 5, 10, 15. Cool.
All right. They look in your direction and see you duck behind that wall. And then it is Sarkeesian's turn. Hey, Snorhawk. Thanks for hopping in.
Sarkeesian will move to this square, and Rhymes Binding Ice all of them.
Okay. That hits the giant frog too, right?
Exactly, yes.
All right, cool.
And that's a DC 13 saving throw.
All right, I'm going to go from left to right. We got first one fails. And it's a dex save, I assume?
Con save. I'm
Con save.
sorry.
Okay.
Con save.
Second one fails. Third one fails. And the frog also fails.
Wow.
They all take 15 points of damage.
Holy
Okay.
cow.
You managed to completely obliterate this one, and then this one is looking pretty. The one closest to you is looking super rough already. And the frog looks pretty frosty and falls off the wall, but he's still standing.
Well, and they are all bound by the ice, and so
Okay.
they have to use an action to break away the ice before they can move.
All right.
And then, so that was 4 of my movement, and I moved back over to here.
Okay. You see that the one closest to the tree, he turns in your direction and his eyes roll back in his head and turn completely white, and
Oh,
they
fuck.
start to glow, and you hear him shout something in Druidic as twig blights start to move in your direction.
Mhm.
Got one twig blight there, one twig blight there. Let me check the movement on twig blights. They do not have a ton. 5, 10, 15, 20 there. And 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. And 5, 10, 20. All right. So we got a twig blight coming at our Eldritch Knight, Lucian. It comes in and swings with a claw. Critical hit, dealing 6 piercing damage.
Oh,
It
Ow.
slashes, it gets right underneath your armor, and you feel it like scrape
I
against what
hate
feels like your
twig
very
blights.
bones. Yes.
every time I face them, they're assholes.
The next attack is coming
You couldn't
at
roll-
Maxi.
Roll your bardic to reduce it. Chance they hit.
Oh,
they
no, I mean,
crit,
he
right?
critically succeeded, so
Yeah.
not much getting around that.
Okay, never mind yet. Okay.
I highly assume that a 10 misses you, Maxi.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I cannot see
Yeah.
them because of the walls, so never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no,
10
one of
does
them
miss me.
has...
My last
Wait, yeah, Sarkeesian, you can see one. Has it?
Yeah,
this one over here.
but I can't see the one that hit the Eldritch Knight.
No, you cannot.
Okay.
And then a 10 misses Maxi, and the rest are too far away. The Kolket, the giant frog, looks around and he has to take his action to break free, and he does so. Then he proceeds to hop in your direction. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Then this guy, let's see what he can do. Wow. All right. He uses his action to break free as well. And he takes a step towards the other druid. Urki pops up. He sees... He sees this twig blight attacking Maxi and Lucian. And he decides to take action by casting Sacred Flame. Let's see if
So he has
but the twig blight manages to dodge the glowing flame that comes its way. Then the one who summoned the twig blights seems very pissed off. Where is he at? Let's see what he can do. He is going to cast a flaming sphere. It pops up right here. Let's see if I can get some sort of quick little icon drawn up. Make it red because it's flaming. And that only makes sense.
It's a heavy duty spell.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's a big deal spell. Oh. Oh, he's coming after me.
Yeah, I mean, he saw you try to mess with his mind. He was not a fan of that. And he pops it up right there. I need you to make a DC 12 dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
We need to try to hit that guy with damage next time.
You fail and take 9 fire damage. Let me look up Flaming Sphere real quick. All right.
That was not good for me. Okay.
Any creature... it's a bonus action. You can move the sphere. Yeah, so he summoned it into existence and then used his bonus action to run it into you. You can feel the heat emanating off of it. And that is his turn. He is still stuck in the ice, though. Maxie, now it is your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to use that next time. Let's see.
Oh, but I also have to roll... Oh, never mind. It won't come into effect till next turn.
Okay, so what's it? I'm hemmed. So I have to. So am I stuck around this flaming sphere? Is it just staying there, burning?
It is currently staying in that position.
Okay. What would a spell attack of any kind just that with any force dissipate it?
Not that you can tell. It seems to be more of just an intangible ball of fire.
And the twig blight has me blocked in, so I'm kind of in. If I were to move,
you can try and walk past Urki. He is your ally, so you can freely move through his space. Plus, he's a gnome, so you can kind of step over him pretty easy.
Okay. All right. So I'll move my character that way then.
Okay. So you have right there.
Yeah. I'm gonna move actually. But I'm not going to necessarily move entirely out of danger here. I've got more movement I want to do here. It's like actually kind of hard to like figure out how to move these characters a little bit, or these tokens a bit. So I want to move to make sure that I can hit. I got something I want to hit these two with right now. And I'm going to just throw out a first level spell slot. Thunderwave, but I want to be somewhere roughly towards the wall, and I'm having a hard time moving it. Yeah, a little bit around there-ish. Yeah, and I want to I need a 15-minute emanation field. I'm going to be casting Thunderwave at first level.
So it'll be a 15-foot emanation from you?
Yeah. I want to make sure I don't hit any item.
You don't want to hit Urki, right?
I don't want to hit Urki, and I don't want to hit Lucian.
Okay. If you can move up here, but that will provoke an opportunity attack. Are you cool with taking that attack of opportunity?
I'll take an attack of opportunity, sure.
All right. Attack of opportunity comes your way. And let's see what Twig Blight's got. What is your armor class?
13.
13? It does hit. And you take a whopping 3 damage.
Oh.
It still does. That's still pretty significant for me. Okay, got it.
All right,
Not gonna
go
lie,
ahead
that's
and
still pretty significant.
go ahead and roll your thunder wave.
All right.
Wait, what? You
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
copycat mother.
All right, DC 13 deck save. All right, we got.
Hey, I'm not copycatting. It's I've used it to great effect before.
Yeah, it's
No,
a
They-
no,
concept.
I literally had that idea just now. I was like, I'm gonna move in and use Thunder Wave.
It's a concept.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's a con save.
yeah, and they both pass. So you do
Oh.
half damage.
All right. So they both take 3 damage. Yeah.
Yeah. These twigs look far less bushily and more like just a straight up twig. They are barely standing.
Okay. Do I have opponent? Do I have a potion of healing? Is a good question right now for me.
You do not.
I do not. No, I do not. Okay. Alrighty. I think that's my turn right now.
Okay. Lucian, you are up.
Maxie, how bad you looking there?
Half. I'm bloodied. Exactly. I'm exactly bloodied. That's half.
Yeah. You know what's funny is that the rules change for action surge have changed, so technically I can't take an action surge and then do a magic action.
Yeah.
Oh, these asses! I was like, oh, I'm going to disengage.
But once you get to a
Action
certain
surge.
level of Eldritch Knight, you can, because then you can swap attacks
Attacks.
for cantrips and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. That's not until level 7 though.
Yeah. That's a
At
little
least.
way away.
So I feel like going towards them. Yeah. We'll do that. So I will take an attack. Lucian will take an attack of opportunity,
Okay.
and he's going to move around the wall and towards Sir. What was the guy's name?
There is Sir Bradford, who is
Sir
over
Bradford.
here. Yeah.
So I'll take that. 5.
All right. Attack of opportunity misses for sure.
All right.
Oh,
And from here, I'm going to copy Maxie, and I'm going to cast Thunderwave.
All right.
Good.
I need to look up Rhymes Binding Ice really quick.
yeah, it's not anything. There's no.
Yeah.
There's no terrain effects.
Oh, okay. So it just reduces their speed. Okay. I wasn't
To
sure if
0,
it was
yeah.
like restrained or something.
No, it just reduces speed to 0. That's all.
All right. You blast outward, and you immediately see these twig blights obliterated, as even if they only take half damage, they still die. You see Sir Bradford get blasted away as well. And now it's time to see if the main big guy druid survives. He critically fails as he tries to grab onto you. You blast outward, and it's like his limbs aren't able to stay contained and detach from his body as he's blasted outward. And you see his feet are still stuck in ice as his torso goes flying.
Crap, someone's got to deal with this.
This
I'm-
sudden wave of energy comes off of the tree, and you've never felt anything like this before. But as soon as that main druid is dead, all the twig blights seem to wither away and just crumble into little piles of actual twigs. The only thing that's left is this giant frog.
And guess what we're about to do to the giant frog?
Murder it.
Lucian's gonna action surge,
All right.
and then he's gonna throw a javelin.
Okay.
Nice.
Go ahead and make that attack roll.
Oh, you critical fail.
Oh, all right.
Luckily,
So close to glory.
As I drop my dice. Not much bad can happen as everybody is
Sark behind a wall.
Yeah. It's not like I can accidentally target one of your allies. So it smacks
Destroy-
into the wall and just completely shatters. The javelin itself is destroyed.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Good.
Oh,
Good
man,
throw
that's-
there. Good throw. It's okay. I got like 5 more. You know what? Totally worth it. I pushed my luck too far, and I should have just stuck with the rule of cool and only do it once per turn.
Sarkeesian, you're up.
Sarkeesian moves to here. We'll cast Toll the Dead on the frog.
Ooh.
All right.
So it's a
Wisdom saving throw.
13. Yeah, 13.
Lucian got too selfish.
Yeah, it fails on that. Go ahead and roll your damage.
10 points.
That is a considerable amount of damage for a cantrip. All right. And you see the frog, like, it breathes in and then it suddenly, like, exhales, and it just exhales beyond capacity as its eyes darken and sink in, and it's like its whole body shrivels away, knowing its own impending doom, and dies.
Excellent.
You are now out of combat. At your
Hey.
feet, Lucian, you do see a little bit of loot.
Oh, look,
The-
guys, shoes.
The main druid dropped a small bag. Inside, there are 3 potions of healing.
Hey.
There is also a wand of entangle and a gold ring worth 25 gold. Or, sorry, 20 gold.
Okay. Who wants what? I would like
Should-
a potion of healing.
Yes, Lucian will like grab a potion, be like, "Hey, Maxie, I know you're hurting," and just like underhand throws him one of the potions. Like, drink up, buddy,
We can always short rest. I'd save it.
or that too.
The
Yeah, you want-
wand-
We could.
Hey, use this whenever you want.
And the
Cool.
wand has 7 charges. It requires attunement by a spellcaster, and you can cast Entangle. Oh wait, yeah, you can cast the Entangle spell, DC 13, and that's it. That's all it does.
Okay. Assume it recharges at dawn, like D6
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah, you can recharge 1d6 plus 1 expended charges daily at dawn.
I think we're all technically spellcasters.
Yep.
Yeah, each one, all
Yep.
of us are. Yeah.
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 Who wants to entangle the most?
Yes, spells are my only thing. Like I don't really have melee attacks, so
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm more.
I
I'm
express interest, but I'm willing to give it up to somebody else too.
Where we go,
I
say
like
next?
the idea of having it too. What?
What? Yeah. What were we gonna say?
The idea of having it too, but I've got plenty of effects I can manage myself, and I can push on people myself. So I'm willing to give you the entangle
Okay.
wand if
Right.
you'd like.
Yeah. Then somebody else can have the ring and the extra potions too. So I'll just do with the wand.
Cool.
All right.
Oh,
Cool.
I'll take the
So-
ring.
As you have taken away some sort of force here that you assume would have been what was corrupting this temple, you make your way back up to the kobolds, who are rejoicing.
I wanted to touch the tree.
You touch the tree. I need you to make
Yes.
a
What?
nature or arcana check.
Oh, hey, I got a +2 in either one. Be kind. Oh,
Oh,
what?
nice.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that's 2 nat 20s.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Subscribe to D&D Builds today.
Yeah. So you got back-to-back
Join
nat
the Patreon.
20s. As you
After a nat 1.
as you touch this tree, you are overwhelmed with like just intense visions of nature. They blast into your mind and you are just completely overcome with the power of nature itself. You get these visions of something being imprisoned deep, deep below, and it like opens its eyes and stares into your soul.
Oh, shit.
You gain the first boon of like through your actions. We have sort of a boon system purely through actions and purely through coincidence or purely through chance. You gain one first level druid spell, and you gain the cantrip Shillelagh, both of which both of which can use your current spellcasting modifier.
Oh, so now it's a shillelagh with intelligence.
Yes.
That's awesome. All right, so hang on, for any first level druid spell,
Yeah.
that's good. That's
Ye-
good that the Eldritch Knight touched the tree.
Yes. Actually, I'm going to roll for what spell that is, though. Let me
Okay,
bring
go
up
ahead.
the
Yeah.
druid spell list.
Go right ahead, yeah.
All right. You are not going
Some
to
good
know the name of
spells.
this spell or know the
Oh.
name of this boon until
Okay.
something else happens. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I want you to go ahead and type in /roll space 1d18. And you will get one of those.
slash R?
So yeah,
Right,
/roll space 1d18. You get a 16. All right. You get the spell Purify Food and Drink.
That can be useful.
Yep. You can cast that once per day for free.
I mean, perfect. That's
You
look,
will
now
not.
if we go hunting, we don't even have to worry about poisoning.
Yeah. Also, you will not find out the name of this boon unless you do something else. Anyways, so you get overwhelmed with these visions of nature and just like this primal feeling of the pure force of nature, almost like you're like the most attuned archdruid in the world, and you see this crazy figure made of pure nature energy open its eyes and peer into your soul as you feel something trapped deep below this temple. But then the energy
I wonder if that's a
surge
nature god.
dissipates. You'll see. Maybe.
Okay.
Depends on what happens. Yeah.
Sarkeesian says, "Hey Maxie, that was epic. You should touch the tree too."
Yeah, I wanna touch the tree too. Wow, that looks like quite the trip.
All right, so you go ahead and put your hand on the tree, and you feel like this warm, arcane feeling, but it doesn't seem to have the same energy. But go ahead and roll an Arcana or Nature check.
Lucian's next to him going, oh, God.
I rolled pretty high.
Intense.
He did
Oh.
roll very
Oh,
well.
nice.
You can definitely tell that there is like a high power of nature magic in here. But it that is all you can really tell.
If I try to commune or pray to my gods, pray to either one of my gods at the moment. Pray to the god of chance first
Yep.
and first.
Make a religion check.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how I can add those.
You feel like you are doing everything right when attempting to commune to your god, but for some reason, your connection to your deities are like completely severed. You do not feel it at all.
What could possibly be stopping this right now?
It's like was it Magicnician? Yeah, that's what it's like.
Sarkeesian is going to go. He prays to Mistra beforehand in the form of casting guidance, and will touch the tree.
All right, go ahead and make a nature or arcana check.
Okay, this with a plus D4. So 20.
Yeah, you definitely sense that there are deep wells of nature magic within this tree, but you feel that they are like very quickly being sapped away, and like it's almost like it's draining. Or almost it's almost like it's exhausted.
I pray to the other deity that is occupying my mind as well.
All right, go ahead and make another religion check.
Much worse.
Yeah,
My connection feels less.
Yeah, you are so like thrown off by the initial prayer being completely ineffective that this time you even have trouble trying to concentrate to have your prayer even make a connection at this point.
I will.
Feels accurate.
Sarkeesian will try to pray to Mistra.
Go ahead and make a religion check.
Yeah, with guidance. It's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
16 or 14. Yeah.
Yeah, you feel like you're doing most of what's right to commune with a god or feel some sort of divine connection in some way, but you feel like there is a very concentrated cutoff between you and deities themselves.
Now, Lucian, you mentioned something about something being imprisoned far below here. Did I understand that correctly? The Sarkeesian?
Yeah. What did it almost feel like being in the presence of the god under the water in the cave?
Make a religion check.
Oh fuck! Oh,
It
Fine,
felt similar in power, but something very, very noticeably different about the type of energy coming from it. You don't exactly know what it is, but you're like,
yeah.
it didn't feel divine for some reason.
So
Is it primordial?
something way down below. I don't even think we'll be able to dig to it, but it almost feels like it's been released.
Right. You probably are only looking at residuals at this point. Some kind of residual energy.
So maybe this is what we were sent here to do.
I think we were here mostly to help the kobolds at the first.
Yeah, I mean,
thing.
The god sent you here to just kind of figure out what the heck was going on with this, as a lot of the temples of power seem to be corrupted in some way, but he didn't know what was going on. And that's he was just hoping that like somebody could at least go and check it out. Like he didn't really have a straightforward goal because he didn't have much information on it.
Thank you.
At least
Yeah.
from what you can
Thanks. Thank you. I needed that reminder. Okay. The feeling is that we might have stopped whatever corruption was going on here. Maybe. And I'm speculating. I'm just a guy who likes to play music. And maybe cast a spell here or there. But this feels like there's something trapped in here that isn't necessarily bad for this place. But the people we've just fought off, the monster we just fought off, everything there seems like it seems like they were all in on. Maybe not the monster quite as much, but everything else was kind of all together in on absorbing whatever energy they could from this space and corrupting it. Perhaps we've killed most of what was wrong.
Yeah, I would agree.
We could try to investigate further and see if there are any other additional issues. Our colleagues have already recovered the wormling, funnily enough, which kind of surprises me. I would have thought that wormling would have found itself more of a more cozy environment out of its own, but we'll see. We see that, but some apparently different strokes for different wormlings, I guess.
Well, yeah, Sarkeesian says it appears that our compatriots did not travel all the way up to the northwest.
Right.
Perhaps there's something more over here.
Let me double check.
Maybe
Yeah,
somewhere
no,
down.
they went through everything.
Okay.
I think that's just a wall back there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
maybe we should.
So you can make your way back up to the kobolds if you'd like.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can make our way back up to the kobolds. Is there anything behind this tree that we can investigate or should investigate?
I mean, as you go ahead and look around the tree, go ahead and make a perception or investigation check.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, is there anything left on the other druids?
No,
yeah.
there is nothing left on the
Okay.
other druids.
Okay.
As you start
leave
looking
this-
around the tree, you don't really find anything. No, but I
Yeah,
mean,
right.
even with everybody checking around,
Yeah, I do a 19. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, you find
we
some
better
like
check-
strange ritual circles, but that's about it.
Check on our halfling friend.
He seems to be fine. He's just like he feels like he did his job, so he's just like strolling around, super happy. As you make your way back up to the kobolds, which it just so happens that the whole group is already like right in the middle, right near the kobolds. Eustriel, the leader of the kobolds, comes running up. He's like, I have sensed what you did, and you have cleared the goblins. You have done such amazing work. Here's the key, as promised. We finally have a home. This is amazing.
I'm happy for you.
And he,
And
That's
leader
right.
of
We
the
haven't
kobolds.
gone over there yet.
yeah,
That's
he
right.
hands you the key.
Okay, so let's use the key on the door that needs to be opened.
All right.
Is it what? Can we ask him? Does he know
Oh.
what's behind the door?
He's just like, no, it seemed pretty dangerous back there, and I didn't want to deal with it, so screw that. And
Wait. Wait, before we go, can we hang out for a minute? I'm feeling a little bit, I'm feeling a little bit down, and I'm feeling a little bit down. I got burned to bits, and I got hit by something. I kind of want to just take a little bit of a rest, and maybe play a bit of music while we're doing that.
All right. He's just like, oh, please, you're welcome to do that. Go for it. And he's just like thrilled that they have a home, essentially.
And actually, I want to test something out. I'll be like, "Hey, where's your food supply? Is there any food that's going bad right now?"
He's just like,
Yeah, food.
he's He's just like, well, it might be bad for your weak stomachs, but it's great for us. But you can go ahead and check it out. As like you go back to where they're cooking a bunch of stuff, and some of it's pretty rancid.
Oh, guess what I'm about to do?
As you go ahead and use your purify food and drink, it suddenly becomes far more edible and far less diseased.
Awesome. We have ourselves a feast, gentlemen. All right. So
Yeah, you can go ahead and take a short or long rest. It is up to you.
a long rest is available. I was going to be happy with a short one. I'll take the long one.
All right, you guys take a long rest, hanging out with kobolds, having a great time. And then
I'll be asking the head guy during this time, be like, so what's your plan now that the goblins are cleared out?
It's like, well, it's very rare that that kobolds have a safe place to live, and this just feels like home now. So we'll just be setting up camp and enjoying the relative safety that we've never really had in our lifetimes.
And how are you going to survive?
It's just like, oh, well, we just send up scouting parties to the surface, and they go ahead and find food, bring it down, and we all live pretty calmly through that.
All right, sounds good to me. Sound reasonable people.
Do you have any consideration for what this building was before you came here?
It's like, well, it was obviously some sort of temple to some sort of draconic god, but that's probably not a big deal. Who cares? It's like, as long as we can live here safely, that's all I care about.
We've actually had encounters with things. You'd be surprised at how much something like this matters.
He's like, I'm sure it'll be fine. He's just like very obviously just trying to brush it off.
Cleric here, help me out here. Maybe we should tell these guys to have like a bit of a reconsecration ceremony or something.
And Yuzdrael, he starts
talking.
He starts talking to Erky Timbers, and they're kind of conversing back and forth. And he's just like, well, I mean, if you want to go do something, you can go do something, but just leave us out of it. We're not the religious folks, as he like very obviously puts up like quotation marks, but he's just like, I don't know what that means, by the way. I just know people do it when they're being silly. Yuzdrael doesn't know how to read, so he doesn't know what quotes mean. But
I'm surprised at that with the ceremonial garb you wear, sir.
It's like, oh, it's just very airy and comfortable.
I mean, yeah, practical clothing is difficult to find in any realm.
He even like does a quick little twirl around. Go ahead and make a religion check.
Religion check? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh God.
All right.
With that 20 on religion and that 19 on religion, as he twirls around, you can see like very obvious, but somewhat like they're obvious once you notice them, but they were like subtle markings that this was like a very honorable and traditional robe given to only the highest order of some sort of religion, and it has slight markings of like some sort of draconic deity, and it's like this is something that only the highest level of religious person should be able to wear.
Sarkeesian asks, where did you find that robe?
He's like, oh, it was on some bones down here. I just thought it looked comfy.
Found it on some bones. Some once living thing was wearing this.
It's like,
found this comfy.
Obviously they weren't using it anymore, and it looked like some very comfortable robes. And it kind of makes me look a little more fashionable, leading to my new position as leader. As you can look around, and like most of the kobolds are just wearing loincloths, and he's just like, he just happens to look a little more regal. And that might be the only reason he happened to become the leader, is just because he looks a little better.
Now,
Lucian just
okay.
like going for a fist bump, like, way to go, dog. Way to go.
Now, sorry, little guy. I know that you love this little robe and everything's going great here. I have to ask, don't you think you have some relationship to your fellow dragons, including this possible dragon deity? That this robe may be that this robe almost certainly was meant to be worn in service of.
It's like, maybe, but honestly, what better service could it do than provide a home for all of its dragon kin?
That's a good argument, but knowing dragons, even the best of them tend to have a requirement of others deference of others to them. I mean, how would you feel if you were looking down looking down a much larger dragon than the wormling that you had? Would you be feeling like you were comfortable talking to them, having a conversation with them, maybe treating them as your equal, or would you feel like they'd want something from you?
It's like, well, I'll deal with that when I come to it. For now, we have a home. Let's party. And he like starts pounding beers.
I can see there's no winning with you in that front. I'll join the beer. Join him in a beer drinking.
Yeah, and with that, you
Start
have
guzzling too.
a nice long night of drinking and celebration and a good night's rest. And then in the morning, you can check out that locked door.
Okay.
Let's check
So the locked door is down here. You've already sent your monkey in to sort it out in the past.
Yeah, it broke the orb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you unlock the door, and it unlocks with a loud snap.
Does anybody have light?
Yes.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, as soon as the door opens, you are
Gotta be
greeted by
dark in there.
darkness. But then immediately, like, it seems as though the light you illuminate with does what it needs to do.
Very good.
Okay.
You walk into
There's
the
another
next
door.
room, and there's another door across the way.
Yeah. These orbs are all broken. Can we do any kind of check of them before we go?
Investigation. or
You
perception?
can. Yeah, make investigation or arcana.
Oh, Arcana.
Mhm.
Oh, they're both the same. So
My
On.
kind of
Oh, that's three. That's three.
Lucian and Sarkeesian. Yeah, that is your 3 nat 20s. Lucian, you immediately figure out that this is some sort of like device for harnessing some sort of innate magical energy. And Sarkeesian, you figure out the same, and that you probably could maybe repair it with the appropriate arcane tools, but its only purpose is to shed light.
Oh, okay. Would the arcane tools be calligrapher's supplies, jeweler's tools, smith tools, or woodcarver's tools?
It would probably be some sort of jeweler's tools, as this seems to be a large crystal.
How long would it take?
It would probably take you the better part of like 2 days.
Oh, 2 days. Okay, I won't do it then. Okay. Interesting, though.
Okay.
Sarkeesian will summon his or take his familiar out of the pocket dimension and have it on the other side of the door.
As it pops into the other side of the door, does the ape or monkey creature have night?
It's a flying monkey, and it does not have dark vision.
Okay, it winds up in a large dark room. As soon as it's summoned in, you hear and you lose your connection to it.
Crap.
Right.
Well, okay.
On.
Wait, so this orb of light, is it like stationary or
Yes, it is currently like fixed in place, but if you wanted to take the time to like pull it away, you can do so.
the only purpose of it is to shed light, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'll leave it.
So, gentlemen, when we go in that past that other door here, we may be running into some baddies.
Exactly.
Does anybody want combat inspiration? Anybody want to feel inspired? I can play a
Sure.
song and give you a little bit of inspiration.
Oh.
Hey,
Yeah. Didn't
go.
that happen after?
All
Didn't
right.
that happen after the last rest? Is that how that
Yeah.
works?
Yeah. You can redo
Yeah,
it
we all get heroic inspiration, but I'm gonna give you both a bardic inspiration. So I marked both
And
of
thank you
those
so
off.
much, Michael, for contributing on Patreon.
And while you do that, I'll cast Blade Ward on whenever a creature. Oh, on myself. Okay.
Okay. So you open in the door.
Who has the armor?
Lucian's got his great sword drawn, ready to go.
Yep, Maxi's either right behind them or directly behind them or like right next to them. Whatever works.
I can't move Maxi.
Yeah, I can't either. That's
Oh, let me move Maxi. So you open the door, and as you look in, there are very obviously like a bunch of arrows on the ground and sticking into the wall across. You can go ahead and make a investigation check at advantage.
And with a guidance as well. Is ever making that?
Oh man.
Ooh, I nat 20'd on the second one.
Okay. Yeah, as you look around, you can very obviously see that there is and Lucian, you can both see that there is a very obvious like tripped pressure plate trap that as soon as anything went into that room, it triggered a bunch of arrows that shot across. But
what's the flying monkey's name?
I had not named that one yet.
Oh, unknown monkey number 1. He served us well.
Monkey 1.
Yeah, we shall always remember yon unknown flying monkey number 1.
We'll call him
Moment of
Wall
silence.
Monkey.
Moment of
I
silence.
sing a little dirge.
I will name, in retrospect, I will name him Pierce.
Perfect. Oh man.
All right.
All right.
So,
avoid.
are we able to avoid or disable those pressure plates?
It looks like it's already been tripped, so there's no
Okay.
need to worry about it.
Do any of us use arrows?
Surprisingly, no. Because usually I use magic for long range.
Oh, if one of our friends that we seemingly don't have with us at the moment uses arrows, we can just bring them along for them, eh?
Yeah,
That's good.
we try to collect arrows.
All right.
All right, so you guys make your way to the next door. And what are you doing?
Does anyone use arrows?
We will
Not in our current
investigate. We'll investigate with traps. With guidance.
All right, go ahead and make an investigation check with guidance. Yes, Artesian, you sense that there is no traps on this door.
Okay.
Man, these are some high rolls for level 3 still.
Do we want to bamf out get another guy? And another one of the flying monkey?
Yes.
No monkey too?
Well, I have one
Maybe we
more
call him Slash.
flash. Um, I think I'm going to go with an owl this time because the owl has dark vision,
Okay.
and I'm going to use my last find familiar. Sarkeesian will use his last find familiar.
Well, you can do that as a
components.
ritual, and it won't
Yeah, it's a
cost you.
ritual spell.
It doesn't cost components if I do it as a ritual.
Correct.
Oh,
it,
okay.
I mean, it doesn't cost you a spell slot, and I don't think.
No, yeah. It still costs me the 10 gold, and
Yeah.
this is just the last one that I have. And
Yeah.
I'm actually going to, since I'm a scribe's wizard, I will just cast the ritual in the regular spell casting time, like the 1 minute or whatever it takes. So
you cast your owl on the other side, and it
oh,
reveals.
it actually takes an hour. So never mind.
Yeah.
I'll do
So
the
it'll
ritual.
just take an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'll just do a ritual. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you reveal that there is a large room with some sort of dragon statue in it. I need you to make the owl gets to make perception checks at advantage.
Okay. All right.
As you were looking through its eyes.
Extra
It's funny 'cause I
owl.
think it already has advantage.
And it might. So it's
Yeah,
perception
owls
plus
get
3.
to at advantage. Yeah.
Okay, I'll roll that one more time. Let's see if I got something with a plus 3. I do. Okay. It's going to say nature, but that's its advantage. So 12.
Okay.
all I
With
got.
a 12, as you're looking around, you pretty much just see this dragon door. Do you know Draconic?
Yes, I do.
Okay. It starts to speak and say, only those that are true worshippers shall pass to the next beyond.
Does it say anything about is there any kind of nomenclature, any names, anything that's there to suggest
Nope.
anything about this draconic deity?
Not
Okay.
yet, but you do see that it appears that the sound is coming from the statue, and as a wizard, you would know it's most likely from the magic mouth spell.
Mouth. Yeah. So, do we go in, guys?
Yes.
Sure.
All right.
And
I'm
as
gonna
long as I
take
can get.
I'll park the owl back in. Take an action to park the owl back in the pocket dimension.
Okay.
Then, I guess we enter.
All right, you go into the next room. You see that there is a large statue. It repeats the same words as if it's triggered the second somebody walks into the room.
Mhm.
But it does say so in Draconic.
Yeah.
Uh,
I will, I
no way.
will investigate the statue,
Okay.
looking
Yeah.
for ruins or.
Go ahead and
Instance
make
folder.
an investigation check.
Yep, that'll be with guidance. Well, doesn't matter. That'll be a 9 total.
You don't see much. There are some faded markings you can semi-see, but you can't really make out what they are.
Does anyone?
Yeah.
Does anyone have a torch?
I do have a torch.
I
thing.
have. I do.
I'm willing to burn one.
Okay. All right. If I can
Yeah.
borrow a torch, I'll use.
Yeah,
I'll
give
use-
you a torch.
Thank you. I'll use prestidigitation to light the torch. Get some charcoal, kind of the black stuff on it, and then I'll use a sheet of paper and rub the charcoal, over the paper over the ruins.
Yeah, as
Try
you
to
make
get-
an
Actually,
as you make an
I don't have a
etching-
torch.
Mhm.
I actually don't have a torch. I have oil and I have a tinder box.
I have torches
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
Yeah.
as
and
you
a hood lantern.
make an
Oh, I have
etching,
a bullseye lantern. Sorry.
the charcoal does the trick, but
Yeah, thank you.
so as you make an etching, you immediately notice that the symbols that are carved in are almost identical to what were on the robes worn by the kobold.
And are those in Draconic?
They're more like symbolic.
Oh, okay.
And it said those who are worthy.
Those who are true worshippers will be deemed worthy and allowed to pass to the great beyond.
Okay. Having been experienced what I've experienced so far, I'm inclined to take that as literally as possible. I'm also inclined to take it that I may not fully know this dragon deity's name, but I may but that I definitely am very much in desire of knowing how to worship it, if not even if I don't know how. And I am going to try my best to kneel to the statue.
You kneel to the statue. Okay.
I do, yeah.
You kneel before the statue, and nothing happens.
Maybe it's like a real like a worshiping phrase we need to do.
Let's see.
Hmm.
What would we should know something about this particular something about this dragon could be familiar. Is it
Yeah,
is it possible?
Is there a religion
The
or a history roll that we can make?
Yeah.
You could make a. Go ahead and make a history check, I guess,
Okay.
or a religion check. Either one could work.
Oh, what was that? My history? Sorry, did I think I might have double rolled history there.
It's okay. Maxie, you are able to kind of get some idea. As you kneel before it and nothing happens, you start to like really jog your memory and you're like, what the hell? How the heck do we get this? And then you realize like, oh, like most in older temples, usually only the true worshippers were the ones gifted the particular garbs to wear.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Who has persuasion?
I do.
the bard.
Oh,
I
the
was
bard.
trying to persuade. I don't know that the DM picked up on it, but I was trying to persuade.
Yeah, it just
I
didn't
was
work out so
making
well.
persuasion.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just kidnapping.
I also have
bring 'em.
performance too.
Just
Let's
ask them to come
yeah.
with us.
yeah.
All right, so you head on back and you find most of the kobolds are completely passed out, including the lead
Yeah.
kobold. And he is
Perfect.
like, he is
We just took
passed
his
out
robe.
and he's not even wearing his robe. He is full on naked,
Oh,
just, and like
Perfect.
his robe is like hanging off to the side.
Okay, we gotta do the thievery, skullduggery thing against these poor little guys. Sorry. So
I mean,
we
we're just
stealth.
borrowing it.
Yeah, we're gonna give it back.
So you go ahead
Maybe.
and you
Just
take
borrow
the
it,
robe,
yeah.
and as you drape it over your shoulders, you walk back in the room. And as soon as you walk in, the door to the wall to the west opens up.
Mm.
Ooh.
Let me
This
bring
looks
up
like a
now.
trap like no other.
Dust cloaks the contents of 20. There's 6 alcoves lining the walls here. There seems to be humanoid figures carved into each alcove. And at the other end, you can see a dark pit and a greenish light glowing from the other side of that pit.
Okay.
Huh.
Let's see.
The floor is covered in dust.
Yes.
Hmm. I kind of have an idea.
Yeah, I've got ideas too. They may be garbage, but I have ideas.
Yeah, same here. Climbers get pins. Yeah, pins, right? Boot tips, gloves, pins, and harness. I got rope, right? Yes. Okay. Idea here.
Okay. Shoot.
How far is that rope? Wow. Okay, they got rid of the length of the rope.
It's 500 foot long then, right?
Yeah, that's weird. They got rid of the length of the rope. Oh, assholes. Usually it's like, what, 50 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. Idea here. Nope, that's not gonna work. If I... Ooh, to the wall. Okay. Okay. We stick a piton. Python? Trying to think how the words
I don't know how it's pronounced either. So.
Yeah. Into like a corner on our wall. Attach a rope to it. I wear a harness. I go run and jump across the pit.
Okay.
And you guys like...
Is that a door on the other side of the pit?
It's like a doorway, but it is just covered by a green glow.
That's the green glow. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. I would like to do an investigation looking for traps between.
Go ahead and make an
here in the
investigation
pit.
check.
You know, pray to Mister for guidance as always.
You have my D8 for if you need it.
You do not see any traps.
Yeah. It's all clear.
You have my D8 if you need it.
Okay. I'm going to save
D6. D6. Sorry, it's a D6. Yeah, it's fine. We can save it.
Does that last for an hour or longer?
The Bardic
hour?
Inspiration lasts for at least 10 minutes. I
Oh,
think.
10 minutes is all.
wait.
Okay.
I think they upgraded it in 2024, but I'm not sure.
That's what I
It
thought
should be
too.
an hour, yeah.
Okay. All right.
They did. They were supposed to have upgraded it. Let me double
Yeah.
check it. Yeah. Bardic Inspiration. The next hour. Yeah, so full hour.
Okay. All right.
All right, so Lucian, you're gonna strap a rope to yourself and go and jump across the pit.
Yes.
All right.
So the stuck into the wall there,
Okay.
Right.
and then action surge, or not action surge, action dash with the harness and rope. Get to, I don't know, tell me when to stop in a straight line.
With an action dash, I think you got more than enough. Yeah, you can definitely get all the way across.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if there was like something on the ground in between here and the...
All right, go ahead and make 4 squares to the left
1, 2,
as you
3,
start
4.
sprinting forward. So far, there's nothing happening. Go ahead and keep sprinting.
1, 2, 3.
You keep sprinting and nothing's happening. And then you go to leap across the pit. Go ahead and do your jump.
1, 2, 3.
You do so. You pop into the other side. Nothing was triggered. Nothing happens. And you pop into another room filled with that green glow. As you see this large tablet that is being cracked and broken. It looks like it used to have some sort of dragon carving on it, but it looks like the branches of the tree itself were coming up and cracking through the stone of the tablet.
Oh.
Huh. Is it possible the tree is the corruption?
Oh, and
Yeah,
go
maybe we
ahead
should
and
cut
make
that down.
a perception check as you jumped over the pit.
I'm going to use a heroic inspiration.
All right, go for it. Oh yeah, everybody's got heroic inspiration in the morning. Yeah. As you looked over the pit, you saw like old bones and like appears to be old bodies on spikes in the pit. They look like they have been there for hundreds of years, though.
Oh. Someone hasn't been here in a long time.
All right.
But there is a rope going straight across the
Yep.
pit at this point. It is attached to Lucian and very secured in the wall.
Okay. Sarkeesian will go across as well.
All right. So you all
It's
make
the
your
same
way across,
path.
and you do
Yeah.
so very easily.
Yeah, we all do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially with the rope. There's no
Cool.
traps in that room. That was more of a religious ceremony room where they would sacrifice people in the pit.
Oh.
Well, that's fun.
So you both
Yep.
make your way across.
Definitely thought it was going to be like a slick track or something.
Maxie, are you the one that do you still have the robe on, or does anybody?
Yeah, I have
still
the robe on.
Okay.
I'll say I have the robe on. Yeah.
Okay.
I just have it draped over me. It's a little big for it.
So there is this.
Most like.
There's this stone tablet that appears to have markings of some sort of dragon on it, but it looks like it's cracked and warped by the branches piercing through it in some spots. And it appears to be almost completely broken, but not quite.
Okay. So Maxie, seeing this, knowing that he's been trying to commune with deities, figures out maybe he should try to do something here. What would he know to do? What would he have known?
I need
Now, this is not
everybody
just
to
Max.
make a religion check at advantage.
Advantage. Okay.
Yeah, everybody gets to make one here.
I'm going to
For
add
me.
my D6 to it.
Okay.
So 20,
Good.
20,
All
20
right.
total.
With that, Sarkeesian, you get the sense that this is what the power of the temple is channeled through, and it should be going to some sort of draconic god, but this tablet seems to be broken. So you have a couple of options. You can repair the tablet using whatever means you can by removing the branches and try to piece it back together. Or you can replace it with some sort of personal item or artifact or something of value to yourself that would then symbolize a god of your choosing. Or you can remove the tablet and see what happens.
I would like to replace the tablet, is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I can throw my pan flute there. I really cared about my pan flute.
Good.
And
Evil. Okay. Oh, okay. Yep.
I may not actually do that. Maxie's considering it for sure. But Maxie thinks that the best thing to do would be to try to repair this and restore whatever balance we can to this place. And get rid of these.
Lucian, I want you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I'm rolling for what I think I just rolled.
Okay. What were you trying to roll on your own? Just so I have a point of reference.
If he's being influenced by Sephiris, who's telling like, hey, remove the stone. See what happens. The tree's giving you power. It might give you more power.
You do have an urge to remove the stone. Make a religion check. you still feel as though there is almost no connection to your deity here. Or, well, actually, that's a great old one. But still, you don't feel like you're being influenced by that. But you do feel some sort of urge to just remove the tablet and not replace it.
So it falls on. Who is it falling on? Maxi?
Sarkeesian?
Yeah.
Sarkeesian?
Which one?
Which one wants
What?
to remove, or who wants to repair the stone?
Sarkeesian would like to repair the stone.
Okay.
I would also like to repair it. I would also like to repair it, but I'm open to replacing it with something I'm willing to give away.
Okay. So we got 2 in favor of replacing it.
Repairing it?
Or repairing it, sorry. So,
yeah.
As you move to repair it, you grab onto this tablet. As soon as you do, a spirit comes out and attempts to interrupt the process, but looks at Maxi and says, you have brought new sacrifices. And as I am getting a slight interruption. You don't want to get wet? All right. Okay.
Oh no.
All right. Well, how about you roll a dice to see what happens, huh? All right.
Me? Okay.
I want you to take this and I want you to roll it.
Which?
Okay?
Oh,
Drop it.
You gave him.
And okay. We're gonna see what that does to my players.
Oh no!
Okay. All right. Say bye bye. Say bye bye.
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 Okay.
Oh, he killed all my friends. Bye.
Yeah, that's it then. All right. All right. Daddy's going to work. Come on. All right. So I want everybody to go ahead and roll initiative.
Dun, dun, dun.
Maxi, you can go ahead and roll. Oh, Maxi got 22. All right.
Damn it! A 19.
Yeah, I get to
Look
act
at my guy.
first.
It's okay. I'll go ahead and add you at a 19.
Thank you.
Sarkeesian, do you want to switch, or do you want me to go first?
You can only do that if you happen to have that feat that allows you to do so.
I think I do.
Okay.
I'm gonna double check.
So, and let me bring out the spirit that talked to you to GM layer. There we go. Change
I can
layer.
swap initiative. You can swap initiative. That's just if you want to do it.
Don't need to.
Almost. Yeah, we're both good, I think. Okay. So now we're fighting a troll. Okay. 2 trolls.
And Maxi, coincidentally, you are up first.
Yeah.
As it
Hey,
it is stated that it seems actually it would say that in Draconic. So Sarkeesian, you're able to understand it, and unless Maxi, you can understand Draconic.
I shot what
do
he's
not
saying.
understand.
I shot what he's saying.
Okay.
So you know that it is looking to you as some sort of religious figure to sacrifice the other 2.
And it's not a god.
It is not
what
a
I
god.
can tell, right?
No. It is some sort of spirit attached to this shrine / plaque or whatever.
Oh yeah. Mm.
Yeah, exactly.
We're about to break this shrine.
We might
How-
I mean,
dust. We
it
might
is
dust.
not physically attached to it. It's like a spirit pops out the second you touch the tablet. And the tablet, you feel like it's starting to break a little more as this spirit comes
Is
out.
it-
But yeah,
Does this
How sec-
spirit look like it has tangible weight, or
yes.
okay? And
How
it looks
s-
like
how-
it could physically do damage to other people. It looks like it
Yes.
wants to eat somebody.
It
Okay.
looks like it immediately wants to destroy the life force of the other two people in your party.
Okay. Man, do I really want that to work? But so really want to try to wreck shit. So I'm gonna cast Bane.
Oh, 1 minute. Okay.
All right. You cast Bane.
So it has
DC
to make
13.
a charisma save. Yeah.
It passes.
Oh,
Oh, wait. Never mind. It does not. Sorry.
Oh yeah, and I
so-
accidentally cast it. I'm sorry, I cast it at like second level. I mean to cast it at first level.
Okay.
Let me
That's
fix
fine.
that on my sheet.
All right.
Thank you. Okay, so
it does fail.
so now it will. So now it with Bane active, it will subtract 1d4 from its attack roll or saving throw for the
Okay.
next no, any of it, any for up to the next minute, for as long as I can maintain concentration. There we go. Done.
Okay. I'm just double checking something on Bane.
Yeah, I
Yep,
can post. I
and
think we
as
can
long as
post
you're
it.
concentrating on it, then it doesn't end. That is it. Cool. Anything you want to do with your bonus action?
I've already given out my barks to my colleagues, and I don't want it, and I can't really cast another spell at the moment.
Okay.
Um,
So it realizes that you're casting against it, and it like snarls at you as its face elongates into more of like a draconic face. Sarkeesian, you're up.
Sarkeesian cast Grimes Binding Ice right
All
at it. So it only hits it, of course.
It fails.
11 points of damage.
All right.
And it's going to have to take an action to get itself out. And then Sarkeesian will actually move up to this corner. And I think it'll provoke an
As
opportunity
you
attack.
move, it does provoke an opportunity attack. Yeah.
Yep, that's fine.
So it tries to swipe a claw in your direction. I'm assuming hitting for 12 damage.
What did you roll to hit? Sorry.
And, it looks like it's hitting like your arm,
Oh,
essentially.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I've got a 16 armor class, so I will shield.
Yeah. Like it didn't look like it was hitting you center mass, but it looked like it was going to swipe at a limb, and then you managed to deflect it right at the last second, and that claw bounces off. Lucian, you are up.
all right. How big? How secure is the tablet?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Ooh.
It appears to be like rumbling and currently cracking more.
But like still like together.
Currently, yes.
Okay, so not gonna go flying, so don't do that yet. And Lucian will action Blade Ward himself.
Okay.
Because at this point I think it's been over a minute since it's been like what, 2 rooms, 3 rooms? Yeah.
Something like that.
He will try draw the, we call it a troll or a dragon. It kind of like grab the attention of the dragon priest and move 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, move around it yelling basically, "Hey, ugly! I'm right here. Hey, I'm the sacrifice. Come on, let's do this. Let's do this." And then
Make
action surge.
make an
What?
intimidation or persuasion check.
Or persuasion. Either one's not good. Yeah.
All right. And then what else are you gonna do?
Action surge and then attack with the great sword.
Okay. You chop at it with
Greatsword.
a great sword.
Wow.
You miss as it
Miss.
just bounces off of this spectral figure.
Was that D6? I'll save it. I'll save it. Oh wait, but I will use the great sword ability.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
If I
There
miss a
is.
creature, deal damage equal to the ability modifier. So he takes 3 damage.
All right.
Nice.
Race.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. Let me look at this ability really quick. At the beginning of its turn,
Oh crap. That's right.
you see that the ice melts away and the slightly frostbitten flesh seems to re-knit itself ever so slightly.
Mm. Mm.
And then you feel a tremor in the earth as the temple itself begins to shake, and you notice that the cracks start to develop even more within the tablet. Then it reaches out and swipes at Lucian.
He has a minus 2d4 to his attack.
Why 2d4?
Because I have Blade Ward up.
Ah, and then he
And
also.
Yeah, that was
Bane.
it.
All right, let's roll those d4s. So, oh, that's a big one. All right, so he only rolls a 15.
He misses.
Yep. So he tries to bite at you with his newly granted muzzle, and it goes wide as it looks like he's about to, and then he gets this like pain in his head from Bane that pushes him away, and then the last slight chance would have nicked you. It just bounces off of your blade ward, and then Maxie, you are up.
I'm gonna throw a vicious mockery. Hey, you big ugly, keep on attacking that guy.
Vicious mockery. He goes and he fails. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Am I the actual sacrifice here?
With another 4 damage. All right. He takes the psychic damage as he's just mildly offended. And then Sarkeesian, it's your turn.
Sarkeesian will do Toll the Dead. So Wisdom 13.
All right.
Save.
He
And it
fails.
still has Bane.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll. Wow.
11 points
All right.
of damage.
You're rolling good on that Toll the Dead.
I'm loving it.
That was good, yeah.
And then Lucian, you're up.
Any luck, we might actually, make damage that doesn't cause regeneration. Or allow for regeneration.
I was hoping I had
Yeah.
something with Radiant, but I don't.
Wait, is it Radiant too?
Toll the Dead's necromancy. So
Necrotic.
With trolls, I
Necrotic,
thought it
yes.
was just. I don't want to mitigame. That's mitigaming.
Well, plus,
is it a-
you
is
don't
it a-
know that
is
it's
it a tr-
specifically
is-
from him being a troll or something specific about this temple.
Is it a troll or a spirit?
It is just using the aspect of a troll, but it does have
Troll.
something to do with him being a spirit and being in this
Yeah.
temple.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna true strike anyways with the great sword.
All right.
So,
Good.
wait, is that true strike? Oh, I can use either one. Okay, so this is if this hits.
14 to hit. That misses.
Do you want heroic inspiration? Do you have it?
The bardic inspiration.
No, heroic inspiration.
You
So you
can
can
use
reroll.
you can roll the bardic inspiration too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you already have
either
bardic
one.
inspiration too. So
I can use
Yeah.
that after a result.
yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
D6.
I'll use that.
All right. So you get to roll a d6. Yep.
So
All right. Yeah. So then you definitely hit.
So
Go ahead and
now
roll your
this.
damage.
What is? Don't I have a weird thing? What's the? Sorry, great weapon. Oh, ones or twos or threes. Okay.
Yeah.
And this will be radiant. So 11 radiant.
Yeah, you slash deep within it, and this radiant glow bursts out from it, and he is destroyed.
Whoa.
You now see this cracking tablet that seems to be cracking further, and the temple continues to shake even more intensely.
So we just run out, or do we try to put it back together?
I don't want to offend. I don't want to offend the guy that sent us on this mission. So let's put it back together as best as we can.
That's what I'm doing too.
But it was the temple that attacked us. How we know it's not the tree that's the real.
I thought about that. I think it is.
The tree is the
maybe we need to
actual
cut that
thing.
tree.
Why don't
We
we?
can
Why
cut
don't we
that
run
tree,
back
go
down?
back over.
Let's run back down and cut down the tree. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Yeah, let's cut that tree
so
down.
from what you can tell, you can probably like break away the branches here and stop
Okay.
the corruption, which
Okay.
would allow you to reassemble, or
Yeah.
you can not do that.
We will break away the branches and try to
Cut
reassemble.
those branches. Yeah,
I
yeah.
I want to use Thunder Wave to break the stone.
If you want to, you can.
I mean, sure. I can do that too if you want. You can do it together.
What?
Snorhawk
Yeah,
is
we can do it
convinced
together.
that the entire building is a mimic. So, but yeah. So
At this point, we just got attacked by one of the spirits of the dragon.
Sarkeesian is breaking away the branches.
So Sarkeesian, you start making your way through the branches, and then both Maxie and Sarkeesian, you start hurrying to break things away so that way you can get to the tablet as cleanly as possible and assemble it. Lucian, are you gonna cast Thunderwave?
God. All right, let's do another one. No, I am.
All right. So Maxie and Sarkeesian, you start making your way through these branches, and then you look up and see this look of determination in Lucian's eyes. And all of a sudden, this blast of thunder comes from him, completely obliterating
I would say at this moment, his eyes turn into like a greenish aura.
Yeah, they glow with an intensity, and then all of a sudden the thunder rocks out, just obliterating the tablet, and there is nothing left in its place, and you feel the temple begins to shake even more vigorously. Do you want to try to quickly replace the tablet with an item of your own, or wait and see what happens?
Sarkeesian will.
I pull my pan flute. I will give up my buddy. We've been through so much. You've connected me so much to the goddess of chance. I relinquish for the benefits of Gun Ahuma like dragon being, and I plug it in.
So as you plug it in, are you trying to attune it to the draconic god that was here before, or one of your own gods?
I'll attune it to the other god that was more about more Lao-Tzu style god that I originally that my future self prayed to.
All right, and what is that god?
I am forgetting the name.
Well, like
It's been a while.
what is its abilities like, or what is it the god of?
It was like a god of order and wisdom and of and of finding the self.
Okay. Um.
Something of that nature. I forget what it was. I do forget. It's been long enough that I forgot.
All right,
I need to
and
write notes.
Sarkeesian and Lucian, are you gonna allow Maxie to place down this pan flute?
Yes.
Yes, Lucian's at a daze right now.
Okay.
Almost staring like up at the sky, like nothing going on in front of him.
So as the temple shakes vigorously, cracks start forming in the foundation, and Maxie slams down this pan flute, and this rush of divine energy powers through him and blasts through the temple as suddenly a divine rush goes through Maxie. Maxie, you get the divine blessing of the self. Anytime any creature would try to
Ooh.
I need to think about that one real quick. So
Yeah, that's fine. What's that one we can workshop? Because I think I came to you with a slightly different idea originally. The idea it
Well,
was
so a divine blessing of the self would be any time that something is trying to influence you or affect your mind directly in a way that would be like purely manipulation, you have advantage against it.
okay. That's amazing.
Such as
That's amazing.
Yeah. So like dominate person, dissonant whispers, things like that. But it doesn't necessarily give you advantage against straight up illusions or like paralysis or things like that. It is very specific in its nature. So it won't be against like every form of everything. But if it's straight up mind control, you got resistance. And as the cracks begin to form, you slam down this pan flute, and this divine rush comes from you and blasts outward from you as this like glow emanates from you shortly and then recedes back into you.
That's okay. All right. I feel as though I have more control over my stuff. I have some of what I had when I was. Wow. Okay. I feel invigorated, everyone.
As you have secured this temple of power and restored it to some of its former grace, even if it is now aligned to a different god.
We've fixed this somehow. That's marvelous. Okay. And I play a celebratory tune.
Okay. Lucian, you feel a deep sense of sorrow, although you don't know where it comes from.
He snaps back like, huh. What happened, guys?
We, by the grace of one of my gods, I think we fixed it.
And Lucian, as you see the pan flute in that place with divine energy coursing through it, you don't know why, but a single tear comes down your face.
Oh man, this. Huh. for some reason. Very
Yeah.
sad sight to me.
Yeah.
I-
And then with that, you're
I-
in good shape. Like
You know what?
you've completed this temple. Most of the kobolds have kind of woken up. They're like, "What was that shaking?"
Lucian would be like, who destroyed the tablet?
That
Don't
would
you
be
guys-
you, Lucian.
Oh, I
Thing
did
that
that?
you did. Yeah,
I did
you
that.
sent you sent some kind of thunderous blast from yourself, and it just seemed to shake everything. It's very
Huh.
similar to the thunderous blast I can send out.
So I did like the spell I did before.
Yeah, and you kind of did it almost in our direction, sort of. You sort of centered it on the structure in front of us, and that destroyed the tablet.
Literally, all I remember right now is just slaying the spirit,
It seems
and
that
after
you were
that,
carried
it
away.
kind of like,
It seems you were carried away. You had some kind of weird red glow in your eyes. Kind of made me regret giving you a bit of that inspiration, bro. I was like,
I mean, it helped slay the spirit. And you know what?
it did.
For a quick moment, I got sad, but right now I'm you know what? This is better. You know what? This is a good alternative to the two other options. Uh,
Yeah.
would you like me to repay for the flute, or like get you a new one?
Sure.
Have it blessed?
Yeah, I'll take it. This is a bit of the real player coming into the actual character. I will take it. I gladly take help from anybody who offers it in a gesture of friendship.
All right. Yep.
I'm happy to take it.
For the whatever I did, you know what? I will repay that. I will. You pick out the flute. I'll buy the flute, and then you tell me how you want it blessed, and I'll get it all done.
Awesome. Appreciate that. We're good.
Good. Good. I don't know what came over me. That's weird.
And with that,
Let's go check the kobolds.
you go and check on the
I have a
kobolds,
sense
and
something like
they're
that
very
won't happen to me.
yeah. So you wind up checking on the kobolds. They're a little disheveled, but they're like just kind of putting everything back together. A few broken pots, but that's about it. And then you can make your way out of the temple. You climb up out of this temple that's far below the ground, but you climb up through this tree that's sprouting from the hole, and you make your way out. You know you are about a 2 days travel south of the enemy kingdom from the future, but not currently an enemy now, is Vengroth. You're about 2 days travel south of them. But as you come out, Lucian and Maxie, you feel almost like this draw towards something far, far away, but far north of Vengroth, from what you can tell.
So wait, what side of Vengroth are we on?
You are currently 2 days south of Vengroth, so it would be a 2 days travel north to Vengroth, and then you know that it is at least a couple days travel past Vengroth is what you feel that there is some connection there. You're not sure what it is.
Do you think that's
Luce,
another temple?
I think so. I also think we need to go through. We need to figure out what's going on in our past future selves. I guess. I don't know. This is so weird. Ourselves from the future, apparently, we're fighting in this war against this kingdom. We absolutely have to go through this kingdom in order to go there.
Mm-hmm.
We have to learn very directly, not as if we heard it through songs and tales and such. We have to see with our own eyes what our enemy looked like 1,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
In order to do it. There's something kind of incredible about it. One could write a song.
Lucian wants to believe you and is amazed about this tale, but as right now, he just knows that Vingroth is just another country that. Do they have peace ties right now with?
They're more of like they have trade relations, but they're pretty
Yeah.
neutral towards each other.
So he kind of wants to figure out what this.
Who is the
What
king of this land
Of
1,000 years
Vingroth?
ago when we fight the war in 1,000 years?
We're gonna say it is King.
Because
Krytal.
what would happen?
King Krytal.
We probably don't know his family tree because it would be interesting to eliminate that whole family tree now before the war begins.
That brings up, like, if you had a time machine, would you go back and kill Hitler?
Exactly. Would you kill the
May
king of
not be-
Vingroth?
Were you in the
Right.
family ties way before? Anyways, Lucian is kind of want to hears what these tales of future battles are, and see
So-
how.
So as you start making your way north, I
Yes.
assume, you hear Maxie playing songs and trying to refine the perfect song about what's to come. Maxie, go ahead and make a performance check.
There you go.
With a
Oh.
nat 20, you manage to basically describe everything in the most perfectly summed up, like, it's a bit of a long song, like Bohemian Rhapsody style, but it's not it is not so long, but it still manages to encapsulate like the entirety of the history of everything that you would hope to present.
Each
It's
part
a quick
is 3
one while
minutes
he's
long.
away. It's like a quick one while he's away, or I don't know.
Is
What's
it-
it? From Rush or Pink Floyd too could fit. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I was thinking the better fit in my head though is Bink's Sake from One Piece.
Yeah, which is this the style is totally fine. I'm thinking about the length of the song, as in it's like a 9 to 12 minute song. But it still manages to get out basically all the information, and it presents it so like Lucian feels totally caught up on everything to expect. And then at the end of the first day of travel, let's see if you guys can bunker down easily. As I keep losing track of where I put my dice. There it is. There is no disturbances in the first night. You continue onward. You are easily able to find water thanks to purify food and drink. You have a few rations that you start making your way through. And then you bunker down again. Let's see.
The owl is keeping watch at night, by the way.
Yeah, and the owl is able to help you find some minimal resources, nothing too crazy.
Food.
Yeah.
Oh, can we roll survival too?
Make a mouse stew.
Yeah, go ahead and make a survival check.
I do bad. I have a little bit of a tough time.
Yeah.
You can add a D4 to that because
Yeah,
Mr.
go ahead and roll a
provides.
d4.
All right, so I get guidance. Okay.
Yep.
I accidentally shrunk the thing. Okay, let me do this now. 9.
You don't find much. Sarkeesian, you find some random berries and stuff to snack on. Nothing too crazy. Lucian, go ahead and make a survival check. Lucian,
Awesome.
you see Maxie mostly focusing on his loot and not really paying attention to the actual food he needs to find. Sarkeesian finds a few bits of foliage, and then Lucian comes out of the woods with a full deer on his back. And he's like, we got dinner.
You should purify that in
Sick.
case of parasites.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's
Don't want to get worms. All right.
Make another survival check. Lucian, most likely. With a 13, you're able to skin it pretty well, gut it, get what you need out of it, and you can even collect the antlers. It's good trade goods for later. Then you hunker down. There's no issues for that night. And then the following day, you make your way to Vengroth. And you see a large stone city on the coast. It is got the sea to its east, and it has this great wall up on this high, not a peak, but it's got like a cliff side to the east, and it's very well protected. It seems to be like a very easily defended city. But strangely, from what you can tell, it seems like some of the more important buildings, even from the outside, are all nearer to the coast. Because to the west, you see there is like a mountain range that suddenly dips, and there is no mountains within the city, and then there's another set of mountains just on the other side of the city. So, if you are looking, I wish I could just draw it and show it, but I don't think I can. Let me draw it on the current map, so that way I can give you some idea. All right. So if you look at the little dragon tomb, or we'll go with the room that you're currently in. So there is a set of mountains like this. Mm-hmm. Then you have we'll go with, this is the ocean. Here. And then we have the actual city itself, which seems to be all around. It's probably best if I use another color there. I'll go with this color. So the city like that.
The west side kind of lays in between two mountain ranges.
Yeah. So you make your way up towards the city and you find the city gate, but for some reason to the east of the city is where all of the important buildings are. There even seems to be some sort of noble castle, and that seems to be far to the east, which seems to make very little sense strategically, because if somebody's going to attack, they're going to attack from the sea, as it's not like anybody's going to make their way from the mountain range very easily, but you don't really know what's beyond that mountain range. And it seems like almost like all of the buildings get smaller and smaller the closer to the mountain range it gets. And then they disappear behind this city wall. As you make your way up to the city wall, there's a couple guards there letting a few people through, mostly merchants and stuff like that. And two of them stop you and say, "All right, halt. What's your business here?"
Just passing through. Just passing through. We're looking to trade and
lay him down with a sick beat.
Yeah, I'm here to spread my song and tales of glory as well. I'm a musician. We also do have some tools amongst us, and we can provide a bit of work for people who need it.
Well, if it's trade you're having, then go ahead and pay the entry fee.
How much is it?
It's like, well, do you have Vengrothian coin?
Shit.
Maybe we can exchange for a Vengrothian coin?
It's like, you can do that at the Merchant Guild. But from out here, you're going to wind up having to pay a 5 gold sum per person.
I can accept that.
Very well.
I have one silver.
I never put down how much money I have.
Well, you did find 20 gold when you...
Oh, that's true. We did find money. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You definitely have enough. So you just pay in it?
Yeah.
You should Sarkeesian says, "That rate seems high. What do you think, Bard?"
Man, do
You
I
know
not
what?
have?
I'm going to 5 coin. 5 coin is a lot for somebody.
Go ahead and
It
make an
seems
insight
it,
check.
Parts. I
it seems
understand
like
that.
it should more
Yeah,
like
I'm
a
going to.
silver or copper per person. There's no way peasants coming in, or even merchants for that matter, would be paying that much.
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check,
You're right.
Maxie.
Oh, Maxie, sorry.
Or you were welcome to as well.
Oh.
But
Hold on.
with that, you can immediately tell he's just trying to shake you down.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I definitely figured that out right away.
Yeah.
A natural 20. Which is that's what I rolled, a natural 20.
Yeah.
I'm going to. So I'm going to see what. So okay. Oh, now I see how much money I have. Sorry, I was looking at an entirely different sheet. I'll just remove 5 from it. No, I won't.
Don't
So
you dare pay that fee!
Yeah,
I
you can
won't.
all tell
I
he's
won't.
just shaking you down at this point.
All right. So, what can I offer you, good sir, to convince you that that you shouldn't try to have us pay
Well,
you
well,
a
I think
lord's fee to get inside?
maybe we should talk to his supervisor to find out what the rate should be.
He looks around. And he's like, "All right, no need to talk to a supervisor. Look, you can just go on through. Enjoy the Emerald Sea."
Thanks, good sir.
You know what? Just to keep us on good terms, I'm gonna toss him a gold, anyways. Just
He
be like,
takes
tossing
it.
him
He
a-
kind of tries to bite on it to make sure it's real, and he seems especially happy. He's like, "Oh, if you need any help, I'm happy to show you around. The
I
Emerald
tossed
Sea
him a
is that."
copper.
It's like, and he snatches that out of the air, and it's almost like it hardly even existed with how quick he snatched it. And he's like, "The Emerald Sea is that way," as he points to the west, to the very edge of the city. And then it's just like, "You'll find the merchant districts surrounding the more religious folk." And there's a religious center to the city itself. And the way it works is the center has all of these different places of worship, with the very center being like the more hardcore religions that don't really have direct contributions to something, but the outer aspects of that religious center will all relate to some other district that they are closest to. So to the northern center, you would find more like gods of smiths or gods of creation of some sort, people that would make bows, or people that would make people that would be smiths and things like that, would just be just outside of the religion district but be crafters. Meanwhile, you would see something like a god of the grave would be at a different district, and then on the edge of that we would see a cemetery, or you would see like similar aspects all throughout the city. You'd see a hospital near the churches of healing and stuff like that. As you're walking through the city, you notice that far to the east, even outside of like the major castles and noble buildings, which are built out of stone, everything else is built out of wood. And the furthest to the east seems to be much more nicely made. But I need you to make a perception check, everyone.
Natural one. I was
Lucian,
looking. I'm looking at my spell book.
okay. Lucian, as you're looking around, you notice that like the further east the buildings are, the larger the pieces of wood, to the point that you're seeing entire houses where one whole wall of the house is one solid piece of wood. But then further west, they're like all little scraps of wood.
guys to the left, I'm going to consider that fodder. and then to the
Under.
east are the actual people with money who wants to protect things. So
Sarkeesian is looking for temples of magic, like Istra, those type of gods.
Yeah, you'd find
something
that
is
to the southeast point of the religious district. But yeah.
I'll be looking for the entertainment district and the deities associated with them. I'll also be looking towards the more hardcore religion, I guess.
So the
A little
hardcore
bit,
religions would
because
be
I
right
know
in the center of the city, and then more performing areas would be in the southwestern area of the city, as that is a good mix of like people that are just coming into the city, and a solid mix of socioeconomical cultures, unless you want to go to the really rich areas. But
Okay. I think the entertainment, the area where there's a bunch of entertainment and stuff. There's plenty of coin to be made there. People are clearly trying to entertain one another. I'd be one in a crowd, but I'd also be able to make a stop at my deity's place of worship, around that space, and try to see if I can get guidance from her.
okay. Lucian, where are you gonna go since Sarkeesian's heading towards Mistra's stuff? Maxie's heading to some performance stuff. Where are you going, Lucian?
Oh yeah,
uh,
I just remembered some stuff. It's like we picked a neutral good deity of some kind. I don't remember what it was,
Yeah.
or a lawful good one. I don't remember. Yeah. I'd have to
Well,
watch the old.
Lucian has to take care of some business first. He owes a debt to Maxie. I have to get him a new flute. I'm gonna have to go there, but he's I guess, and during his time traveling through here, he's trying to figure out like something's going on with West. Something is coming through. I'm gonna. It's like is it too much to the west?
You can
Or
head
is that-
west and check out what's going on that way.
Yeah.
All right. So you start heading west. And as you head west, you notice that like the houses are all built of wood, but they're built out of smaller and smaller pieces of wood that are then requiring to be assembled. Then you see that there's a clearing as you get towards the edge of the city. And you look out and you see what is very obviously called the Emerald Sea. As this entire city seems to be high up, but as you look out to the west, there's a break in the mountains, and you see a shimmering sea of leaves. But you notice that it's actually the tops of trees that seem to have this strange green glow. Would you like to look closer?
Sure.
Okay. As you go closer to the edge, you can see that there is like a fair amount of security and stuff like that. And there's definitely some ramshacked houses and things that are barely holding together. It looks like they're kind of run into a lot of trouble. But you can see that there's a lot of claw marks and looks like beasts were defeated here. And like there's marks of battle. And then you get to the edge of a cliff. And you can see that there's guards patrolling back and forth. And you see one of them that just says, "Be careful on the edge there. Nothing's coming up anytime soon, but you always watch yourself near the Emerald Sea." And you look over, and it's a straight drop from the cliffside. And it goes far. Like you can't even see the floor, the bottom of this cliff has a slight mist and fog cover the ground. And
Lucian's going to yell back at that guard, be like, What the hell climbs up this?"
He's like, "Oh, You don't even want to see them. They're quite the pain in the arse to take down. But, it's what you get from living near the Emerald Sea.
What is the Emerald Sea? I'm new here.
And he's like, visitors always. I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. And then he looks and he just kind of like waves his hand about. He's like, this is the Emerald Sea. It's a magical forest, but we seem to be at the top of the trees. And if you look, as the trees kind of shimmer and their magical nature, it just kind of feels like a sea. As the tops of the trees sort of wave and shimmer and look almost like an ocean, but made out of green leaves. He's like, but due to the magical nature, they breed some unfortunate beasts, which why nobody goes in there unless they really need some lumber. But they make quite magnificently large trees, as these trees are like almost impossibly tall. But you can now realize that these insanely massive trees are how the entire society of this city functions. As the more rich folk that don't have to deal with the oncoming monsters that climb up, they get to take the very large trunks of trees and get to use that to fortify their houses. Meanwhile, the people closer to the action also have to deal with the scraps.
He's thinking in his head, like, how is this a major competitor in the future? They could barely, like, half their city is destroyed. Huh. I gotta figure that out. Well, thanks. Hey, do you know if there's any work around here?
It's like, there's always work to be had. What's your trade?
Security?
It's like, well, we can always use an extra help on the wall. Defending against the Emerald Sea is a full-time job, though. We don't usually take many contractors.
Yeah, it's more like not like a settle down type of job I'm looking for, more like come and go, like 1-2 day, a week tops contract I'm looking at.
He's like, well,
Don't know how long I'm gonna be in the city for.
He's like, well, you're welcome to check out the city center. Well, we do have a fair amount of contracts that go out.
Perfect. Thanks for the heads up.
It's like, not a problem, visitor.
Oh, by the way, what's your name?
He says, I'm Clafe.
Clafe?
Yeah.
Lucian. Hey, if you have anyone who needs help, send them to the city center. That's where I'll be.
It's like, well, I'll keep an eye out for you in case I run across you again. Always fancy the folk that talk like you.
And at that point, Lucian's already walking away, like one hand in a pocket and waving behind him, like, all right, see ya.
And you just see him like nod, smirk, and then he does a little spit over the cliff wall as he keeps patrolling.
Like Lucian's like, yeah, this conversation already hit its point. I'm out.
And then at that point, you wind up heading towards the city center. We'll follow up with Sarkeesian next. You wind up at a Temple of Mistra, which is connected to an area that is filled with lots of magical businesses where people sell spell scrolls. There's like libraries of study, things like that.
Yep. A Sarkeesian is looking to exchange that wand for some crafting materials for uncommon items, some spell components for Find Familiar, 4 books, one on nature, arcana, religion, and history, some smith's tools, and some jeweler tools. And I did the math, and all that with the new rules should be doable, leaving with 5 extra gold.
All right, and
but
then
I can send you all that later if you'd like. But...
Yeah, that'd be great. But
Okay.
I trust that you did all the math and you do the exchanging. Would you like to try and haggle, or are you just willing to take as is?
I will take as is because I know better than to haggle with mages.
Yeah, good idea. And with that, there's a nice priestess of Mistra that is more than happy to accept while giving you a decent
And
amount.
yeah, and I just to smooth things along the way, I was a scribe in a temple of Mistra, and I have the magic adept cleric from that, or from
Okay,
human background actually too. So
perfect.
I'm,
So you wind up getting
I'm a very
everything that you
pious
need.
Mistra.
Go ahead and make a religion check as you're visiting a temple of Mistra.
Okay, with or without guidance,
Without.
22.
That is very good. With that, you feel a blessing of Mistra. This is more of a temporary blessing as opposed to the boons that I've been giving out previously. This is just a temporary blessing where you are allowed to use your arcane recovery feature one extra time once.
Once. Okay.
Yep. Is a one-time
Cool.
use.
Yep.
And with that, we'll head over to Maxie. Maxie, you're going to go to perform, or where are you going first?
I'm I'll stand outside the temple for a minute, do a bit of busking.
Okay. Go ahead and make a performance
Do a
check.
bit an hour 1 hour of busking, I guess. Okay.
The
Not my
12.
best performance.
Yep. But you still manage to get. You get a total of 6 silver throughout your performance.
6 silver. Okay. Adding that to the total. Okay. Oh, I added 6 electrum accidentally. Whoops.
Yeah, the most
6.
useless of the. Or actually, sorry, you add 6 Vengrothian coin.
And Graphian coin.
Yes.
Would that go into gold pieces or silver pieces?
It is its own currency.
6 Van Graphian coin. Okay. Got it.
You
I got
can
it.
add,
Yeah, I have
you can put it in Electrum if you'd like, because I never use Electrum for anything else. But
You know what? I'll just leave it there then. Okay. And then
Alright.
I'll get rid of the 6 from the silver pieces, and I'm good on that front. Right. This lousy bit of coin, I guess will do for now. I guess I'm just too focused on what I have to do. So
Alright.
I walk into the shrine or temple area, um, dedicated to, I think we picked the name Alondra,
Okay.
goddess of change, and I sit and I kneel in prayer to her.
As you
And I
kneel in
wonder,
prayer, I need you to make a religion check at advantage.
after 20, I'm not going to get more advantage than that.
All right, Alondra. So is Alondra, is that the one that you gave the pipe?
No.
Or no? Okay.
No,
Okay.
no,
So
it's I did it for the more lawful one.
yeah.
The more lawful god.
Yeah, so the goddess of chance does feel your blessing upon, or you do feel your blessing from her, but you're not sure what it influences. You just feel some sort of blessing.
Okay. I do feel knowing that I feel a little bit of blessing, but I don't know what it influences.
Yep.
Is there some other kind of? Is
Go
there
ahead.
something else? Is there something I can investigate to make myself more aware?
Nope,
Is what I'm thinking.
not that you're aware of.
Got it. Okay. So, knowing that he's been blessed somehow, but doesn't know how, doesn't quite understand how it would work. He feels a little bit of disconnection, but same appreciation, continued appreciation for Alon.
Mm-hmm. And with that, are you heading off to like a bar or something to perform?
And then looks for the nearest bar or establishment. Yes,
All right.
exactly. Bar. I'm gonna go perform. I want to perform. I want to carouse. I want some beer. I want some wine. I want whatever drink is available, whatever food is available. I need to drown my troubles.
Okay. So you go into a local tavern. It seems fairly lively. It's not like super packed yet, but you go in, you order some drinks and some food, and then he just says, "That'll be 3 Van Grothian coin if you got it, but unfortunately we don't exchange any coin here. So if you got it, great. Otherwise you got to go down the street for the exchange society."
Luckily, I busked for a bit of it. Here you are, good sir.
So, great. I see you got a few instruments on you. Would you mind putting on a performance?
Why,
It's a little more dead in here than I'd like.
Oh, I love the idea of trying to my best to make it a lively establishment if I can. I'll be happy to accept some of my payment. Not all of it. Some of my payment in booze, good sir.
That's something I can definitely do. And then he like slams a large pitcher on the bar, and then he hands back your 3 Vengrothian coin. Says, "You can keep that for now, but put on a good show, will ya?" Go ahead and make a performance check.
No. Okay.
The bartender
bad.
seems like he's like, "Not bad." But then you do see a few more people start wandering into the tavern who hear the music from the outside. Then we're going to jump over to Lucian. Lucian, you find this sort of like contracts board, and among them you see a few random things like, oh, hunt down some rats in the sewers. Oh, a goblin stole my like prized picture. And then you also see one from a smith that just says, looking for help from the for a follower of Gov Nayu. And it looks like it's from a local smith. You're welcome to take any or all of those contracts. Lucian, you still there?
Sorry, I had it on mute.
Oh.
Don't know what that follower of whatever it is.
Gov Nayu.
Gov Nayu.
Yeah.
So we're Lucian's gonna gonna aim for the shortest and most simplest one.
Okay. And I should clarify that it wasn't looking for a follower of a Gov Nayu. It was looking for help for a follower. Yeah, as in like the person who posted it is a follower of Gov Nayu. But the easiest would probably be trying to clear out some rats in the city. The second, it would probably be in that order of like clearing out some rats, hunting down a goblin that may have stolen a family picture, and then whatever this mysterious helping a follower of Gov Nayu is.
Let's do the rats for now. I might want to look into what Gov Nayu is.
Okay.
Make sure I'm doing something there, and
well,
hopefully I can get enough.
He is a smith, so you can probably assume some stuff there. As he is probably
a smith
guy.
For good, or he's an arm dealer.
Go ahead and make a religion check. And you can do so with advantage because you know it's coming from a smith.
Huh?
Yeah, with that, you can tell, you remember that Govnayu is a very small god that not a lot of people really follow. From what you remember, he is a god. He is a god of good and a good god of the forge.
Lucian's thinking, he's like, you know what? Well, even though I want to get my name out there, and I feel like the blacksmith is a good way to do that, but I kind of need to get some quick cash now because apparently the money I have right now is not good for here. So quick buck would be best
I
moving
mean, you can go
forward.
to the
So,
exchange place if you'd like. Otherwise, you
oh,
can do a mission.
then you know what? With that in mind, he will go first. Make a stop at the exchange place.
Okay. You know that the ratio is approximately a silver to a Vengrothian coin.
Uh, uh, so 1 gold would be
10
10.
Vengrothian coins, yeah.
Okay. Man, I don't know how much. Let's do this. He will exchange 7 gold for 70 Van
So,
Grothian coin.
yep. Yep. So you now have 70
Yes.
Vengrothian coins.
Let's put 70 and hopefully, or he's gonna be like, I'm not forgetting. I was going to do that rat mission to get some money to buy that flute. So
The rat mission pays 2 Vengrothian coins.
as much money as possible. But now since done the exchange, we'll go see how much a flute is, or go to the blacksmith. He'll go to his blacksmith. Blacksmith may know some people, and we'll try to help the blacksmith.
All right, you head to the blacksmith. The blacksmith is working very hard. He's hammering away. He's covered in soot. And he looks up and he's like, "How can I help you?"
Good sir, I'm here to help you. I've seen the contract you had up on the board.
It's like, you're the first one to actually answer that thing. Seems like the second you mention Govnayu, everybody just kind of rolls their eyes because he's such a small timer. But frankly, he's my go-to.
I say everyone gets a chance, all right? I don't discriminate against big gods, little gods, no gods, who gives a shit about gods, whatever. I'm here to help you and hopefully you can help me spread the name of the good Lucian.
Says, I'll do what I can. Frankly,
Okay.
I just need some help because apparently someone has been draining the power of my god for a long, long time. And apparently
You're
that's
just
why...
in business. Huh? You know what? That's why I came here. You know what? I just got done with one temple. I was just getting pulled to another temple. So maybe my temple I'm going to might be your temple. Who's your god? Oh, I already know your god. Where's the power source of your god?
It's like, well, I don't quite know, unfortunately, but I have found something my god has guided my hand in developing something that might be able to help you. I need you to be a little open-minded. And then he takes this small sliver of metal and he shows it to you. He's like, this will guide your way. And then he takes out a small circle made of metal and he drops the pin in, and it seems to like fit perfectly over a small pin sticking out the top, and it spins around and then suddenly points in a direction. As it seems to be like a compass, but without any north, south, east, or west on it. It just seems to point. It's like, apparently, you follow this direction, it'll guide you to the next place that's apparently being diminishing the power of my god.
Honestly, that isn't the weirdest thing I've seen today. Like, the wall's more mysterious than this. Which way is it pointing?
It is currently pointing straight north.
Okay. Oh, hey, look at that. You what? This just definitely helped me. Because actually I was starting to make my way north anyways. So. And your gods, who again?
Govnayu. It's got a very weird
Govnayu.
spelling, so you can just put it down however you want. It is a god from Irish folklore. So,
Any idea who may be draining such a god?
like that, I don't know. I'm lucky enough to get that message. I'm just a smith by trade.
Okay, yeah. I will get on this, and may I ask a favor?
Says, you're the one helping me. What can I help you with?
Do you know any good wood carvers?
It's like, in Vencroft, you must be joking. We're all wood carvers here.
Yeah, okay. I guess I should be more specific after seeing the Emerald Sea. How about a wood carver whose hands are trained in the musical instrument building kind?
It's like, well, it depends on what kind of musical instrument. If you want something hardy that'll stand up in battle, you can take something that I might even make. But if you want something made out of solid wood, well, you can go to the crafters guilds. They have quite the array. Or you can even find something in the merchant's hall if you want to take a risk on a very small-time merchant that's just trying to make their way.
Do you any preference, or is it you just like, I know some people in both places, your choice?
He's just like, well, you see him think. He's just like, well, I would suggest, and then he stops himself. And Maxie, all of a sudden, you feel even though you're playing in a random bar, you feel like suddenly your blessing activated. And he's just like,
What?
and then you hear this smith just say like, actually, I got a good feeling about the merchants guild, the small time merchants. I heard there was a good one down that was crafting a few special magical or musical instruments. If you look at this, and he like draws you a quick little map, and he's like, over around this corner, you'd find something good.
Okay. I will go check that out. Best for my compadres. Okay, yeah. I want to say thank you for the heads up, and I will get that forge power back up and running in no time.
It's like, that would be greatly appreciated. You would be
Back
doing
in
me
on the
and my
word of
god a
Lucan.
favor.
Yeah, and you'll be doing me a favor when I complete this, by telling everyone how great I did with the contract.
Like,
With that, I will bid adieu and leave while waving behind me like, see you later, old man.
And with that, he he has this like huge smile that seems to beam through the soot covered face, and you find your way towards the merchant. It's a very small merchant, very unassuming, and he only has a handful of goods, but he seems to be kind of whittling away at a very small flute.
Mm.
Ooh.
Hello.
Like, oh, hello there.
Can
What was that?
What did you want to say? Something, Maxie?
I'm in the middle of my performance, like, I'm so sorry, everybody. I just had a little brief moment. Let me get back to the music. Do. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Just wanted to play that.
And Lucian,
So-
you see him
Yep.
just finishing off a flute, and he blows into it just to clear out the last bits of wood, and then he's just sanding it away, and he's just like, there it is. Now, how can I help you?
That's a fantastic looking instrument you got there.
It's like, well, I'm pretty proud of this one. Put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah, I can tell. I could tell. I could tell you do that with probably almost all your instruments. You've been recommended to me by a good friend. I didn't catch his name.
We're going to say that his name was Jack. We're just going to call him Jack.
I am cool, Jack. You referred to me by Jack. Said that you are one of the best here who have a good hand in crafting musical instruments. And by the look I see around here, it doesn't disappoint.
It's like, well, he must have seen my wares because I don't even remember it, Jack. But feel free to peruse around. And then he places down the flute. And, there's the flute he just placed down, but there's also a drum and a lute. Everything else seems to be in disrepair or mid-project.
Actually, you see, a friend of mine actually had to give up one of his favorite instruments, and surprisingly, it also was a flute. And I was just wondering, what's the story with this one?
It's like,
The
oh,
one you
this
just
one?
finished.
Well, this one, I just put a lot of heart into it. I consider it a pretty good flute.
No, are you? You're a craftsman. Are you also a merchant?
It's just like, yes, of course.
Hmm.
How? It wouldn't make much sense for me to be a craftsman without selling my wares.
You yourself could be a musical musician. Musical musician. That's a
It's just
musician.
Like,
You
I
could
guess
be a
you do have
personal
a
item.
point there. It's like, well, I guess you do
Well,
have a point.
How much are you? After you put a price, I know you just finished it. What's your usual price for this type of hand craftsmanship?
He reaches his hand out and he says, how about we just go ahead and agree to make a deal in the future?
Whoa, hang on now, guy. Oh, listen, I may do weird things for contracts, but if I'm entering a deal, I need to know what the exchange rate is here.
It's like, well,
Are-
there's some less than favorable people out there. And sometimes I just want to know there's somebody else doing the right thing.
oh shit, you said it right there. Handshake.
You shake his hand. And he's just like, consider the flute yours. And
Oh, this is not nine. Wow, this is actually pretty. So is this like
As-
a lifelong
as you look down at the flute,
turgitude?
you pick up the flute and you look at it, and as you look down, you go to ask him, and you lift up your head, and he's gone.
Son of a bitch! Oh God! Oh God, no! Um. Oh no. I don't. Please tell me he was real. Please tell me he was real.
You
Please
still
don't
have the
tell
flute
me
in
it's
your
real.
hand.
Oh, the flute's real. Um. We're just gonna back out real slowly. And that's going to be a problem for later. And I'll start making my way to Maxie.
Yep. So you start making your way to Maxie. Maxie's performing, and Sarkeesian is hanging out with some more magical folk. But we're going to go ahead and wrap up there. As you have gained a flute, you know that there is something with a temple that is currently aligned to Govnayu, a god of the forge, and you are hanging out in Vengroth, which is technically future enemy territory. But we're going to go ahead and wrap up there for today, and you'll find out what happens next time.
As I go down to Georgia.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Cool. All right.
Hi. Yeah.
And with
Okay.
that,
Never
that was
trust a merchant. Even the merchant might not be real.
No, I mean, technically
Thanks.
they're not real.
Thanks, fucking Jack. Thanks, Jack.
Jack probably did us a favor. I'm looking forward to figuring out that flute.
yep,
feel
we're
like
going to see what
if we have,
happens
like,
with that flute.
I feel like if one of us has like identify, we could probably figure out what's up. Or detect magic.
You'll have to find out next time.
Oh, God.
But until then, I hope everybody rolls more nat 20s, and thank you for everybody that tuned in, and we'll see what happens next time on this campaign against the gods. And I know a lot of it was theater of the mind. I wish I could have had like some sort of crazy map for Vengroth, but maybe I'll develop one for next time. But until then,
It was excellent.
thanks everybody, and thanks for playing.
Yeah.
See you.